Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to Galactic Civilizations for Warlords and our playthrough as the Freedom Frogs. Here we are, our little empire, and it's looking like an interesting one. We've got some very interesting factions here. We've got the Korath to contend with, the ever annoying navigators, and the navigators will have to go. They will just have to go. If we're going for an alliance victory, we can't do that if the alliance are on the board, so they have to go. If we're going for a conquest victory, they will have to go. The navigators have to go at some point. So we'll be keeping a close eye on their progress, and if anybody's at war with them, we might jump in on that action. They are fairly close to us. Somewhere here, maybe. Not sure where. We haven't found them yet, so we're gonna have to get priority on finding out where they are. They've settled all around us, but hopefully we'll be able to flip these worlds over to our cause eventually. And we've got evasive tactics coming in 1 month. Let's go ahead and send it forward and see what happens. Festron Hunt have built the Eyes of the Universe Galactic achievement. There's our evasive tactics for evasion +5, and evasion is going to be a big part of our build. Now, as for our next technology, probably grab space weapons next. I think that's going to be pretty important. Defensive discipline is what we would like next for the +20% to evasion, but 1 turn on space weapons seems pretty important. We discovered the remains of an alien prison ship within the debris field. The crew was killed in an attack, but some of the prisoners, including one that calls themselves a Drengen, survived within the ship's hold. We could repair the ship, which would serve as a workable colony ship, and turn it over to the crew. But many people might question the wisdom of inviting a group of Drengen criminals to join our civilization. Many people. What are your orders? A free colony ship with a Drengen colonist. We could pay for a ship. We can find somebody who's willing to pay for a shipload of Drengen slaves. That's +300, and that seems pretty important. Or we can get 10 experience points. Now, I don't believe we have any planets that we're looking to colonize. So a colony ship wouldn't really do a whole lot for us, really, and we need the cash. So let's go ahead and sell those guys off, and we would like cash because there is another planet over here that we need a governor for, but we would also like a leader for our commander ship. Endless Zeros. It only adds +8 fleet hit points, but when your starting bombers have basically 5 HP, you're doubling their HP, making them way more effective against enemy fighters or pirates or whatever else that you've got in that fleet. It still helps out with cruisers a little bit, but not really. So, for example, we have a fighter down here. He has 3 HP. Getting him a +8, that's almost tripling his HP total. It's not a bad idea to pick that up early, but also not really thinking of going to war early, so maybe it is a waste. We do have a decent commander here that we could use. We probably will want a Minister of Defense at some point as well. +1 to beam attacks for our fleet. I think we'll take Endless Zeros. Let's go ahead and recruit Endless Zeros. Let's not. We're still not ready to go to war as yet, so let's hold off on that. When we need it, we will go ahead and pick it up. With this extra cash, however, we might be able to throw something up in orbit. And seeing as this is our research capital and where we're doing everything, a +1 to research here would be good. So maybe we come into here. We should have a Durantium, and let's go ahead and throw up an orbital research. It's going to give us a +1 tech, which translates to quite a lot of technology up here. Excellent. Our planets are under threat. It looks like there's a pirate ship here, and maybe it was a good idea to actually pick up that guy, as no, I don't think he poses much of a threat to our flagships by himself. And let's hope he stays by himself. Now, we do have a lot of population, like a lot of space for population, and our population isn't growing very quickly, so I think everywhere that it makes sense, we'll go ahead and put in a recruiting station. It's a little bit expensive, but we could definitely use it on this planet, and over here we could probably use it as well, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Let's go ahead and throw one up on this planet. These are temporary recruiting stations. You don't need them forever. Let's just get our population up. Yes, we'll finish building up these things. Oh my god, the monsters are blowing up my starbase, bro. My Durantium mine. What are you doing? Monsters. Well, there's some space weapons. After providing our military advisor with the missile components, he is able to activate the relic and, with only a tasteful amount of reluctance, turn it over to us. This will be a powerful weapon for our military. Thank you. Free integrity disruptor ship upgrade. We'll take that. There's our space weapons. Continue. Xeno industrialization does give us supply depots, and supply depots are useful for the extra manufacturing and approval and minus to crime. I do think we want those. Extra approval. Say no more. And I believe we have a spare constructor to replace the one that we lost, but I don't really want to divert too much time into making military, but perhaps it's a good idea. Let's get out a couple. Try to finish off this tech capital, move on to Kazars Mainframe, and then it's back to districts. We're trying to get some kind of an idea of what we want to do here. We'll probably lean into something like some economy tech. Some economy tech. Not a lot, but some. We still don't really have a great idea what we're doing with this planet. I'm going to steal its supply ships and just send it up to Nepturus. One of our esteemed generals has dared to stage a coup against me. We have successfully thwarted his treacherous plans, but he has managed to evade our forces and take refuge on your homeworld. Yeah. I mean, the plus 2 to approval for 2 years. It's nice. We lose a little bit of control, but we have plenty of that. Pacifism does go up. He isn't really our problem. He can do what he wants. Hopefully that doesn't affect our relations with the Festron. We have too much spine. We ruin their festivals. The Festron definitely, like these events with the Festron, they are not helping our cause. But okay, your flagship captain reports the discovery of a lost cargo container floating in space. Upon investigation, it appears to contain a rare and valuable engine upgrade. Star drive module, we're going to sell that for money because we need it. Oh, we got bombers aplenty. Oh, you son of a... Right, well, there's Xeno industrialization for the supply depot. That's going to help our approval a decent amount. I do think we want planetology. It's a 1 turn. Let's just get it out and done. Also, this thing was able to just kill my fighter, even though it was protected by our core world. We've got a couple. They're not interfering with our flagships. Let's go ahead and upgrade our flagship with extra moves, help them fly around faster. We'll do it for this guy as well. He's a little bit more at risk, I think, of being blown up by these pirates. So that's a thing we're going to have to deal with. Also, a manufacturing relic. Hello. Increases manufacturing. Interesting. Now, we did lose our source of a Durantium income. We have another one, happily, but I don't love that that happened. And it happened down here. We'll probably see the navigators probably pick that up. Also, this supply ship probably won't make it where he needs to go. I think we're going to actually go ahead and look for a good commander. You're not great, guys, but you'll do. You've got a hat, wharf rat. You'll do. We'll go ahead and assign you in to the endless zeros. Done. That's popped out somewhere. There it is. And he can happily take on this bomber. Easy. Clear our space up a little bit. Didn't take any damage. Just 28 HP. That's a thick fighter. I like it. Any other annoyances flying around my system? No. I guess we don't have another constructor. We're going to need another one. We don't actually need the Durantium, but the extra resources does help. And you do use Durantium for a wide variety of things, so it's probably a good idea. Our freighter was looking for someone to trade, and we found more navigator worlds, but we're already trading with the navigators. I believe, let's have a quick check who we are actually trading with. We are trading with the navigators. They are trading with us. Trading with us. Who else can we reach with our limited range? Nobody. Well, we'll scout with this freighter until we find somebody to trade with. Very inefficient. There we go. Planetology done. The Aquanaut Protectors are some of the most populous civilizations. Very nice. We'll choose a new tech. Subspace scanning gives us a little bit of extra range. I think we're fine to go back for more weapons systems. I would like defensive discipline to pop up over here, but it's not very likely. Let's go ahead and get it done now. That extra evasion is going to be a big deal. Our current evasion stands at 5. An extra 20% is going to buff that up a little bit. When we put in some other modules and have things like defensive measures and prototype and all that sort of stuff, we can get our evasion fairly high. And evasion is powerful. Very powerful. All right, all of our supply ships are going to head to Nepturus Prime to help it get through some of these things. We're going to have the tech capital very soon. And then we'll look at some other changes. Now that we have our supply depot as well, that's something that we're going to put down. It does give adjacency to military, so right there is a really good spot for it, as well as the extra approval. That's very nice. That'll help out these two things. This will be a very decent shipyard. Done. Also on Nepturus Prime, we have access to the supply depot. And I do think we would like a supply depot here, right here. So it can give its adjacency to this. We can't build manufacturing stuff on these water tiles. I think here is probably the best. Then we're looking at like a starport plus 10. That's really nice. And let's rearrange this a little bit. But before these get down, we are going to get Kazars Mainframe. And it'll probably go, I think we said like right there. That's a plus 11 mainframe. That's going to be amazing. Oh, yes. Yes. That's going to be great. I'm very excited for that one. I guess we can start doing like gunboats. Let's get up a little bit of a military. A rush of excitement in our space program has spurred a lot of new candidates applying for critical positions. Leader cost is down. Don't think we want that. Professionalism, I think we can get rid of for now. Let's go ahead with genius grants for even more science. Yes, we're hemorrhaging cash. Not a problem. I think I really do want the constructors. We're going to need two constructors. One, we want this manufacturing relic, and we want back our Durantium. We want these things done. This flagship can actually survey. He's pretty strong, but maybe not strong enough to handle those monsters. So let's just have him survey for now. We'll get him doing some stuff around this, but we'll pull him off of any surveys if we need to. We have a level on this flagship. We're going to give him moves. Over here, we're going to go back into supply ships to try and help these planets develop. So this planet is flipping to us, so that's good news. This will eventually flip to us as well. It will take a little bit longer for our influence to expand, but it will. So we'll have all of these worlds, which is great news. Absolutely great news, and hopefully these will be ours as well. These are just, I mean, that's a 30. He hasn't made it into a world yet, but if he does, all right, the navigators have to go. They have to go. Hey, the Korath have settled a planet down here as well. We also have these worlds that we could trade with. Where's our traders? Let's not be too fussy about who we trade with. Let's just grab these guys. We'll bring them back. It's going to take forever for them to make the trips back down. Oh no, we can't trade with them. Never mind. We'll just leave you doing what you're doing then. Whoops. All right, defensive discipline in 4 months. Things are looking pretty good except for the cash income, but that's always the way it is. That'll sort itself out pretty soon. Let's do this. Now we have found the Yor. Okay, let's be friends with the Yor. Speaking of being friends, we'll probably want to have a look through our trades and make sure everything is all right. This will finish next turn. I will destroy this right now and plug in Kazars. Bump that here because I want the supply to land, and it's going to bank stored goods, and it's going to use these stored goods in here because this is already finished. If we didn't do that, it would have gone into something else, and I really want Kazars done ASAP. That plus 11 is a, oh my god, it's going to be good. We were at 60 something before we destroyed it. I expect we'll get there and then some once Kazars is finished. There is that fighter. I don't think we have the moves to engage it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can get adjacent. Yes, abandon that survey. Your job is to fight. We'll hide this guy in the fleet. He is now protected. Asia, I think we just want supply ships. We just want to accelerate really hard. And we'll send this supply ship also back to Nepturus Prime. Faster we get through Kazars, the more competitive we can be with the AI in terms of technology and all that good stuff. There is something here, but that's a mining base. There is something. Don't love that the navigators picked up this world as well. I mean, it is just a colony. Yeah, the navigators have to go. What kind of military are we looking at for the navigators? Stronger than us, but we could probably match that. We will think about it. More navigator worlds. They are everywhere, dude. Look how many planets the navigators have. They are off to a cracking start. Pirates being a nuisance. All right, there's defensive discipline plus 20% evasion. Oh, so good. Okay. Planetary adaptation does get us some things. Strip mine your world for fun and profit. Mostly profit. This doesn't take a long time to complete as a planetary project. Gives you treasury, but I think increases your pollution permanently. +2 intelligence for all citizens and leaders is very nice with genetic manipulation policy, but it takes up a whole policy slot. I really think we could use the extra ship range. Extra ship range would be nice. More military stuff like weapon systems pushing on through starship refits to get onto cruiser tech could be very nice. We don't need defensive trance just yet, but we will get it eventually. We are going to want quantum computing. We're just trying to think of what's the next best thing we can pick up, and it's probably leadership recruiting. So let's go ahead and grab this. We want leadership recruiting for, I mean, the governor's manor is nice. It is extra income if we decide to go some sort of income route, but it's mostly for the max enacted policies, and it leads on to interstellar cabinet. It's also 2 turns, super easy to get through. This guy interrupted my work. Good experience for our ships though. We'll take it. Right, now that those have been cleaned up, escort has been completed. March you back home. All right, we've got Kazars done in 1 turn and a bit of rollover, so that's going to get through these even faster. We'll probably want to upgrade our districts. We don't have that many districts down, so somewhere like here will be okay. And then we'll think about what comes next for our planet. We do have a new cultural progression that we can do for collectivism. I think we would like to go down collectivism. We already have all the diplomacy bonuses that we really want. So maybe it's time for unification. That's going to lead on to shared belief, extra housing. We're going to have so much housing. More freighters coming in. I love it. This gentleman, you can go back to surveying. Thank you. Job well done. I really want to get back our Durantium. I really want it. 27% in rebellion. Now, we could make this into a core world, but I'm happy with it feeding this planet. So we can help this planet get going. We're also going to want a very nice supply depot somewhere. That's tourism. That's research. Approval, wealth. I think the best place for this supply depot is probably right there. It makes sense to have a starport on this planet. Even though it's not a great one, it'll still help it get out things like supply ships faster. And with the rest of this world, I think we can wait. We're going to wait to see which world we're actually going to do the Grand Resort on for the extra wealth and tourism, as well as the Heritage Center and all of these other civilization achievements that are one-offs, to maximize our cash. The income here is 5, which is pretty good. If we compare that to some of our other planets, not our home planet, because that's always just going to be amazing. This might also be a candidate for it. There's a lot of space here, and even though there's no wealth tiles, I mean, I really would like wealth tiles. We just don't have any. We'll wait. We'll wait. Why make any decisions now when we can make them later? We've heard rumors that the Festran Hunt have built the Centurion Emporium Galactic achievement, but we have finished Kazars Mainframe. And instead of 60 whatever, we're up to 79 on turn 34. That's really good. There's another enacted policy slot. We can invite leaders. All very useful things to have. We want Interstellar Cabinet to be able to get the next command ship that we would really like, and that is After Death, for that +4 evasion in whatever fleet it's in, and the extra shield strength and armor. And the fact is, it's a cruiser that also has graviton guns for some pretty decent attack, a lot of armor. It's going to have 20 evasion when this thing drops. 20 evasion. That's 4 times the amount of evasion that you would expect on any other ship generally. That's a lot. That is a lot. And we can even get that higher with like prototype defenses and various other things. Now, approval is looking good. We're up to 93% on medium taxes. We want even more approval because we want to get up to high taxes. And to that end, we're looking for a policy slot that's going to help us out. Unfortunately, we don't really have any of those options. We could just put back in Heart of the Empire for an extra 10% to our gross income. It's not a lot. The only other option is professionalism to help our ships get experience faster. And I mean, it is pretty important. Let's go ahead and do it. Levels do matter. Your flagship captain reports encountering a lost cargo container floating in space. After careful examination, it appears to be a device made by a long-lost civilization to find precursor technology on planets. The device is very old and in poor shape, but could still be valuable even if it can only be used once. We get a tech finder scanner. What's that? Locates previously undiscovered bits of technology left over from precursors, increasing the planet's base tech rating. Store that. Use that on Nepturus Prime. So it had 7 tech input. Asteroids give you tech input. I did not know that. I did not know that. That is actually very nice. Let's go ahead and use this +2 technology. It's going to send us from 79 up to 86. Not bad at all. Why are we on space elevators? I did not ask for space elevators. I mean, we could do space elevators. Razars Lift gives +3 to military. We're doing space elevators. We'll try to get Razars Lift done on Canopus. We'll need a good place for it. And the only place I think we can build Razars Lift that is adjacent to our military complexes might be up here. We'll have to see if it has any restrictions on tiles, but Razars Lift right there, giving adjacency to the Stellar Forge, would be very nice. I think we do want to build this Helios or Extractor rather than get rid of it. Gives us an extra bit of gross income on this planet. That's nice. Plus the Heliosaur, which we can sell. Heliosaur is typically quite valuable. This Stellar Forge is taking quite a while. This planet, even though having pretty good production, it's mostly military-focused production, we'll probably need to help it out a little bit with supply ships. Building some gunboats, that's fine. Okay, they would like tech pod hives. They would like to give us tech pod hives for credits. It's not a bad deal, but it's a deal that's very favorable for them. Never mind, we completely botched that deal. That was a very good deal, but I still didn't want to lose the cash. Losing the cash is a little bit of a problem. Let's have a look at our relations, make sure we have open borders with everybody, especially the Yor. We kind of dropped the ball here a little bit. We'll accept that. An exploration treaty, no. I love how they show you all of the possible treaties that you can never get, that you can never get with the navigators. I love it. All right, moving on. Moving on. There's our space elevators. We will get to work on Razars Lift. Next, we'll probably want to dip into Interstellar Cabinet to pick up that ship we spoke about. And then it's probably all military tech. But we do need to make some progress with like Xeno Entertainment, as we would like to have the ability to free worlds once wars start kicking off with the AI, and I imagine that's going to happen fairly soon. No wars yet, however. All right, this guy just shot us for 1 damage. Very annoying. Get us some XP. Beautiful Canopus. I think it's going to be a supply ship, because Canopus is going to need a little bit of help getting some of this stuff done. We'll park this on the planet for the extra boost. We'll need to do that everywhere. There's our constructor. We're going to send it over here and hope that there's no pirates. This manufacturing relic, we'll probably assign it to Canopus if we can. This planet's going to flip to us soon enough. Soon enough. Citizens over here are pretty happy. We can always be happier if we give them a very nice supply depot right there. That's a very good. All right, we got a level on our endless zeros. Go ahead and... Now, for this ship, we might actually want to invest in some other things, like extra HP, for example. We would need 3 Durantium to get +4 and 20% HP, and I like that idea. We'll hold off until we have the Durantium saved up. I would really like some tech pod mining units. We don't have it. Keep going with supply ships. And I think these supply ships we're actually going to send to Canopus. We don't really need this world developing too much, but the population is exploding here, which is very good. We could probably get rid of the recruiting station pretty soon and decide what we're doing with that planet. Your fame on Canopus 2 has caused the governor Jella Zyrus to hold a massive fundraiser in our honor. +300 free money. Love it. They love me. Love me. I'm just flying this guy in the hopes that maybe there's some undiscovered piece of something out in the fog of war. No such luck. Excellent. The starport's coming along. We will want this core tap. We're gonna need those nanites and Razars Lift. All right, here we go. Galaxy's first space elevator. We need that on Canopus, and it's going to take a long time to build. We also need a lot of Durantium. 5 Durantium. We have cash. We can buy Durantium. It's pretty expensive. We can also buy precursor nanites. Also very expensive. Losing this mine actually kind of sucked. And if we're thinking of where Razars Lift is going, and I do think we want to rush Razars Lift because it is one that the AI likes to build, I think it's best here. So we'll take out the supply depot, free up that space. We are going to go ahead and buy up the 5 Durantium that we need. 5 Durantium is very expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. However, the investment will be worth it. Let's go ahead and put down Razars Lift. It's only a +4, but it gives the adjacency to these guys. So these are going to be, that's a +12. 12 starports. Like, that's a lot. That's a lot. And this will also get improved by other things that we put around it. Like that's supply depot, for example. We put this supply depot up here, probably a much better idea. Plus 5 supply depot, and it can go on that tile. So that's all very nice. And we'll probably bump this to the front of the front of the queue so that all of our supply ships hit this. Getting this done first in 4 turns might speed this up. So I feel like this is good, but we are going to want to try and rush this as quickly as possible. All new supply ships will be going to Canopus. Maybe we have somebody we can trade with down here finally. And there's Interstellar Cabinet for the Minister of Justice position and access to those ships that we were hoping for. Next, we probably want to just get our starship refits. Extra 25% move. That leads on to battle cruiser doctrine. We want battle cruiser technology to be able to compete with the AI if we do go to war. And Hassalahale, let's get a supply ship. All the supply ships. Let's get Razars Lift out. Over to here, we want this to be like a military production powerhouse. Also very easy to defend this with a couple star bases. If we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe like 1, 2, 3. And then 1 over here. Get some overlapping starbase defense, which would be very nice. Our people would like to send a beacon out into the universe, a message to the other starfaring races that we will one day meet. What would your message to be? The +1 to diplomacy is nice. The -10 to soldiering, we are actually going to want soldiering. It's a waste of time. Put the resource towards more practical measures. Give me money. Nepturus Prime has a supply ship coming inbound. We're going to redirect that to Canopus. Get all of this stuff done. And since Canopus is so military focused, getting a space elevator would help it out with the +1 minerals. We'll probably want to get an atmospheric cleanser as there's going to be a hefty amount of pollution here. At the moment it's 28. Population is not changing due to the amount of pollution. But that's all right. We have so much population elsewhere that we can just migrate them over to this location. Population not changing due to the pollution. Yeah, pollution. Why? Why do we have such pollution on this planet? The world engine. Say what now? 20% to manufacturing. Lots of maintenance. I'm sorry, what? Why did we build this on this planet? This is a civilization achievement. I mean, it does make this a pretty good starport, but we're not focused on manufacturing here. We're at 24 manufacturing. That's probably our best manufacturer, honestly. I mean, we'll leave it. We can think about moving the world engine, but we really should do something about that pollution. And maybe it's time. I mean, there's not a lot that we can do here. I want that population to change, though. Population not changing. Not enough food. When did that happen? When did we suddenly run into food problems? Well, I guess we've found a use for this planet after all. Yeah. Now, agriculture does give adjacency to population. And there's probably a very nice triangle here. +1 to food, +1 to food. That'll be a +1 to food. Then we can get like a housing district or 2. We'll see what this looks like, but we need to sort out this this food situation, as you lose approval when your people are starving, as you'd imagine. So we want to get that situation in hand pretty darn quick. Little oversight there. We will pressure the scientists every chance we get. Did not find anything in range of this starbase. We'll just go ahead and build it up. I believe we will make this a communications starbase. Why the F not? We'll go ahead and get up the Xenoarchaeology lab. Build that up. So manufacturing colony 5%. There's a precursor relic. I don't think I've ever gotten one of these ones before. Nice. So that +5 to manufacturing is going towards Nepturus Prime. In fact, it's going to all of our worlds. That's just a flat +5 to everything. Pretty good. Pretty darn good. All right. They would like an exploration treaty. They're offering me resources and credits, and I'm actually very happy with this, with that trade. Thank you very much. Starbase refits in 1 month. Let's have a look. Anybody starting to dislike us? Yes. Look who it is. We have got a Korath starting to dislike us. Do we have any wars happening at the moment? No. Everybody's relations with everybody else is slowly declining. And the Korath, yes, they're strong, but they're not scary strong. Let's have a look and make sure we get our commandership, the After Death Cruiser. It's going to play a key role in any massive fleet that we get, or any major fleet. It'll be our main strike force and our main defensive resource. Let's get a commander. We want a really good one. We're not really the most warlike people, are we? 9-5. So what we want is probably extra resolve. If we had to choose, we would like resolve. You'd make an okay leader. At least our leaders are cheap. I think we'll just pick this guy up, throw him in as a commander. He's not an amazing commander, but we have him and that's what counts. Cannot survey. He will just have to stay somewhere. We'll land him on Nepturus Prime. Happiness stick. All right, we're at -3 food. Is our population in decline yet? No. Okay. That's fine. I'm okay with this. The food will start coming online. Of course, we found more navigator worlds. We have the Phalanoids, but yes, one of their worlds we can actually get to. I don't want to settle this because it's probably going to get flipped by the navigators anyway. So let's go ahead and send this trade route down here finally. Yeesh. All right, we're seeing the Korath running around with big ships, or big fleets. There's our starship refits. Let's get a new tech. Battlecruiser Doctrine in 2 turns. Yes, thank you. On Nepturus, I think we're going to help out with supply ships from Nepturus. There's another constructor. We were going to use this constructor to try and get back our Durantia mine, but it's already gone. That being the case, this will probably wait to become a military starbase. Over on Canopus, supply ships. Get this planet up and going. 30 turns left on Razars Lift. Astia, another supply ship. Just one more round of supply ships I think will be fine for Canopus. Then we can look at developing some other worlds. I kind of regret that decision. I might have wanted to land this on this planet to just get through some of this food production so that we can get back into the positives and not have unhappy citizens starving. That's my bad. That's a misplay. Make no mistake. Okay. Highest approval. We're not there. We're not even close. Let's get out more supply ships. This time, I believe Nepturus is basically done and just working on these. Nothing else that we would like to build here just yet, which is great. We'll just get these done. So we can probably send this over to Canopus. Our flagship has discovered an artifact from an unknown long-gone civilization. Inside we find sophisticated nanites capable of assembling a powerful automated warship. Do we harness this power or do we disassemble it for profit? A nanite transmitter. Spawn an overlord ship. Yeah, command a warship. Yes, please. What's an overlord warship? Go ahead and just spawn that in right there. It's a cruiser. Battle hammer. Comes in with some hull plating, some evasion, a star cannon, hypersonic missile, and enhanced particle beams, and deflectors. I wonder if we had done this later on, if we would have gotten more tech. Either ways, it's a cruiser now, and I'm happy with it. Shit, he has made this. Wait a minute. How are you able to fight back against our pressure? How are you able to fight back against our pressure? We actually have influence growth. You do not. You, sir, do not have influence growth. All right, get the hammer out over this way. Excuse me. Maybe he used some kind of ability on this planet? That's very weird. Our influence is still better, but he shouldn't have 92. How is he able to compete with us? He has something up here that's boosting influence. It may be like an influence starbase or something that he put down to stop this from flipping. All right, let's have a think about the navigators. Can we go to war? We are getting cruisers fairly soon. Our production is all right. Now, the problem with an early war against the navigators is that we might get stuck in it, even if we want it to be a short war. The navigators are everywhere. All right, we're going to war with the navigators. Decision has been made. We're going to have to get up some troop transports. We're going to need invaders, at least one. Let's make sure we get on top of that. Cool, we'll get Razars Lift. Navigators. I told you they'd have to go. I told you. All right, there's Battlecruiser Doctrine giving us cruiser modules, medium ships. This does lead on to flexible bulkheads, which we would like. There's defensive tactics, which we can get super easily. A Durantium processor is really nice, but I don't think we want it just yet. I think at this point, we would like weapon systems. We will conquer dusty worlds of hard rock and open sky. But if we are to thrive, we need to find new homes with deep oceans, warm currents to soothe our eggs, and cool depths to explore and hunt. We will find new homes for our citizens. That's a new one. Oceanic worlds. Colonize 3 for 1 culture point. Yeah, that's not happening. Unless by colonize they mean just militarily conquest. Our flagship encounters an awe-inspiring celestial phenomenon that seems to be a form of cosmic art. Plus 100 influence on all of our worlds is actually very useful roundabout now. You're surveying. We're holding off on making decisions on this. You will continue to survey. You've got to go pretty far, they don't love. Your flagship has come across ancient plans for a semi-sentient AI designed to monitor and reduce crime on planets. We get more precursor nanites and reduce crime, which is good. That's a lot of credits. Or we get a whole bunch of credits and Illyrium. A whole bunch of precursor nanites. Now we need 5 precursor nanites. This will get us up to 4 and it will reduce crime. If we have a look at crime, crime is not really that big a deal on most of our planets. 12, 7, 9. I mean, that's mostly affecting our income, but not that much. I think for this, we're going to take the precursor nanites, because that will allow us to build the core, which gives +2 adjacency to all, has +4% manufacturing per bonus level, which is quite a lot. Is there a great place for it? Probably this tile is best. Maybe even here. That's +1, that's +2, so not really that big in terms of manufacturing. I'm very happy with this setup. I don't think we need to change it. This +4 seems like the best. It will give adjacency to this as well, which we love. And how much adjacency? +2. I mean, it's better than a +1. It does have a lot of maintenance that goes along with it. That's +5. That's going to put us -20. They are starving. We still haven't fixed that issue. Pollution affects our happiness. So maybe we should have taken the events that reduce our pollution, but we're definitely going to want something up in space. I am going to do it. We're going to do it. That makes this a manufacturing tile, and we'll see if there's something that can go there. I hope putting, like, this is much more of a military focused manufacturing, but we are going to need extra manufacturing. A +3. I don't think that really helps us out. Yeah, well, let's leave this, see how it goes. We'd potentially want Kimberly's refuge as well. Potentially. But yeah, we're definitely going to war with the navigators. They've got some planets that I would like that are very close to our homeworlds. Their homeworlds seem to be fairly far away. The navigators have built the Office of Control Galactic Achievement. Fine for you. There's our weapon systems, giving us +1 to all of our weapons, as well as targeting computers. These are very good. And now we can start focusing on specific weaponry, or we get flexible bulkheads. As it's here, that's very good. Gives us plus extra capacity to stuff weapons and stuff on our ships. I mean, we'll get it done since it's on discount. And we have cruiser techs. We have it. We have cruisers. I don't think we want to start producing cruisers just yet. I feel like 8 turns for a cruiser is a bit too much. Let's get out supply ships, because we need these planets to develop so we can fix our food issues, which should happen next turn. The navigators are offering Helios or no navigators. No. No, no, no. No. Refuse. I refuse you. I reject you. Have a look at diplomacy. The thing is that we've got 2 people looking to fight with us, which is not great. We may have to find a diplomat. You could make a good diplomat, but we're a little bit broke at the moment to splash on diplomats. I think we'll have to hold off on that. But let's get the wheel turning in the direction of military production so that we can possibly think about picking a fight with the navigators. We should be able to start a war and capture these 2 worlds, that world, and maybe some of these resources. Canopus, keep getting yourself supply ships. We need you online. How are you doing? Now it's just the Stellar Forge and all of this other stuff to get through. So yes, you're still going to need quite a few supply ships. That'll finish off the Stellar Forge. We fixed our food issues, so hopefully our approval should go back up from the next turn, maybe, hopefully. Asala, supply ships. You're going to need help developing yourself. We still haven't made a decision as to what we're doing with this planet either. -9 because they're starving, unprotected, polluted. Let's just help this planet get where it needs to go. One of our freighters from Homeworld has been damaged by an iron storm, leaving it stranded in deep space near your territory. We would like some assistance. We can send assistance. Seize the opportunity to tax their cargo. Yeah, we'll send assistance. +1 trade max license. It isn't a permanent trade license, but it's fine. We sent this ship up here to try and get eyeballs on why we lost so much culture pressure here. We're starting to flip it again, but I mean, we could have had it time ago. Okay, Nepturus Prime. We'll grab this worker citizen. We don't really need workers on Nepturus. We'll board him. He's a transport, so he'll need to be defended, which we will do as soon as this cruiser finishes scouting out whatever the hell is going on over this way. Nepturus looking pretty good on the old military. 4 turns on a cruiser. I think it's time we can start throwing out cruisers. I'm not too worried. They shouldn't be able to cause too much problem. These fighters, but they will probably come here and kill this corvette if we just leave it on the planet. So we'll station him in the starbase. He should be safe unless they fly up and hit it with missiles. Entirely possible. Entirely possible. We're out here trying to find things to survey, but we haven't found anything just yet. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna come over here and try to like do something. Do something. I mean, I don't see any reason, anything responsible for these guys resisting our culture pressure, but whatever. Whatever. Okay, so Hassale, we have a look, has all right manufacturing, has all right research, has some tourism, also needs population. I wouldn't mind getting a couple housing districts down, maybe not there, however. +2 to approval, +1 to wealth. Like, I just don't know what we want to do with this colony. I just don't know what we want to do with it. We could maybe get up a huge Kimberley's here if we did something like a housing district, a housing district, a housing district, and we put Kimberley's here. We might be able to get, this gets +3 levels to population per adjacency bonus. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, a +4. We're talking 12. No, this gives +3 levels to population. So if we did this, this would become a +4. Ideally, you want it to be a +5, right? So if we put this here, this would be a +6. So ultimately, this would give us +2 population. This would be a +4. We would need like another housing district like there, which is fine because then this would become a plus. Yeah. Okay. So if we did something like this and we threw Kimberley's down here, we would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 extra population, effectively doubling this. And then we have a very high population planet that also generates and grows really quickly. And that's our food problems pretty much sorted. But is it worth it? And I think it is. I think it is. Let's see if we can get some Monsatium. Not on offer at the moment. That's fine. We'll keep an eye out for it. It's kind of a pet project. Not an important one. Don't love these guys. I just don't love them. I just don't love them. I think we're grabbing supply ships for the moment. We should maybe think of like just getting out fighters. Let's maybe think about that. Let's maybe think about that. If we have a look at just our cheapest fighter, it does have an evasion of 7.3. That's pretty good. And maybe we do want that. I've never really messed about with like fighter spam too much, but if we have an insane evasion, maybe that could actually be a thing. We're gonna have to think about that. Near Nepturus Prime, we have discovered an ancient recording device that appears to have been drifting for centuries. The technology is delicate but incredibly advanced. What are your orders? +500 influence, extra persuasion. Finish the current project. Oh, but this is already finished. Why would you do that? Gain a gunboat. It's a bit lame. Oh, it's a construction project on Nepturus Prime. Let's have a look at what it's building. Nothing too important. Do we want a core tap? I don't think so. As nice as it would be to help the manufacturing out on this planet, the maintenance cost is absurd. Extra control is nice. We can maybe use it for like one of these tiles that won't be too good for anything. We're going to get this echoing hearthstone because it'll free up this tile. You know, maybe we just put wealth and tourism. We're already developed this planet as much as we can, and the other thing that we would do is just spam it with research. And given the layout of the tiles, that's probably the best thing we can do for this planet, is just continue to flood it with research. Probably the best thing that we can do. Didn't we send you off, sir? You hate our culture. We're gonna need to turn him into some sort of person who doesn't live on this planet. He's bringing us down. He's bringing us down. But okay, we're doing our best to get stuff done here. Asila, I think, get yourself a fighter. Near Nepturus Prime, we've discovered it. I think we're just going to take the extra gunboat. Just give me the gunboat ship and the extra intimidation. I mean, I don't love it. I wish we had better projects, but we're just too darn good at the game. Where did the gunboat go? The After Death is just hanging out on this planet when we could be farming XP. Let's go ahead and send him out. He should be able to solo this, no problem. Let's watch this battle. I want to see how much these guys actually miss. So, pause. They've got missiles. Show me the HUDs. We have a look on what they're doing. They've got a 4.8 missile attack. They're going after the largest combatant. Well, there's only one. Show the battle log. Pew, pew, pew. Their missiles don't have any range, so it's all missing. Evaded. Hitting our shields. Evaded. Whoopsies. It's a miss. 50-50. on the accuracy. We're 50-50 on our accuracy. Sniper with 90% chance to hit. Missiles with 67, both missed. Beams, very accurate, 90. Does no damage. Missiles missed, no damage. Killed one. What I'm hoping for is to see some of these 90% missing because of our evasion. All right, we got a level. And I believe this guy, we might actually put on extra range, the minus armor, as this is going to be kind of like the backbone of our fleet. So giving it the integrity disruptor is actually kind of important. And he got another level. Let's give him also the extension matrix. We'll keep him at home to repair. That's very nice. Here's our gunboat in the middle of nowhere. It's just a corvette, but it is also a ship that we can use for the purposes of being happy. We've got 90% approval. That's okay. I would really love to go up to high, but you need a massive amount of approval to get there, and we will get there eventually. But all right, that's where we're going to end off. The galaxy is slowly being revealed. Our future foes are being decided for us. It looks like it's going to be the Mech Wranglers and the Korath, both very powerful. We would like to squash out the Navigators, not as powerful. Our tech score is actually pretty competitive considering we're on Godlike. Like, we have got really good technology. You have to consider that they have like a 300% bonus to research or something on this difficulty. If we have a look, yep, it's 300%. So if we were playing on any other difficulty, we would actually be like really far ahead of the AI at this point. But we are not there. We're on Godlike. So here we are. Other good things that are happening, we will flip these planets. That will happen. So even if we don't go to war, we're still going to be taking territory away from the Navigators, which is good. Claiming up more space for ourselves. The Mech Wranglers are, I guess, situated down here. And the Korath, where are the Korath? And the Korath are right here. Now, if we look at the Korath, it doesn't actually look like the Korath have many worlds. We'll take a look. They've got 1 core world, 2, 3, 4 core worlds. I mean, for the AI, that's plenty. The Phalanoids, are they at war with the Korath? Let's have a look. Phalanoids. They're not at war with the Korath, but they are right up in their face. Not sure what they're doing here. We'll have to keep an eye on that. This is also a precursor world that is at risk of being culture flipped. Very interesting stuff going on. We'll have to keep an eye on things. I think because of our strong tech, we'll be able to compete militarily. And the fact that we're building up quite like some very decent production planets. Some very decent ones indeed. We're going to have 2 manufacturing powerhouses. That might not sound like a lot, but it's a pretty big deal. Plus, once this system gets fully captured and flips to us, some of these planets will be fairly strong. Also, that can become a core world. That can become a core world, which they have now made, but its culture isn't enough to fight back against us. We have a 10.3 culture pressure. We've also been a planet longer, so we've been developing our influence for longer. That should flip to us. We're going to bring this ship back home. And yeah, that's where we'll end off. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying. Please remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.